Let me start with a question. What if the reason you feel stuck is because you've been following the same advice as everyone else? You've been told, think positive, push harder, ignore your feelings. But what if the very strategies you've been using are the ones holding you back? What if the way forward isn't by doing more of the same, but by flipping your approach completely? This is what I call the reverse mindset. It's the ability to do the opposite of what the world, and even your own mind, tells you in the moment. And once you learn it, it will change everything about how you deal with stress, success, failure, and life itself. Years ago, a professional mountain climber shared his story. He was stuck halfway up a dangerous cliff, muscles burning, fear rising. His instinct was to cling harder to the rock. But the harder he gripped, the more exhausted he became. Finally, his trainer shouted from below, "Don't grip tighter. Let go a little. Lean back into the harness." It sounded insane. Why let go when you're hanging over death? But when he reversed his instinct and leaned back, his body relaxed, his breathing steadied, and he was able to climb again. That's the reverse mindset. Sometimes survival and success come from doing the exact opposite of what your panic is telling you. Most of us live life in forward mode. If something is hard, we try to push through it. If we feel pain, we run away from it. If we feel fear, we try to suppress it. But has pushing harder always worked? Has avoiding pain made you stronger or weaker? Has pretending you're not afraid ever made the fear disappear? Life isn't linear, it's paradoxical. And paradoxes are where breakthroughs happen. Take anxiety. The instinct is to fight it. Don't be anxious. Calm down. But the more you fight, the louder it gets. Now try the reverse mindset. Lean in. Say, "Yes, I feel anxious. And that's okay." And suddenly, like a balloon losing air, the intensity drops. This is a psychological truth called paradoxical intention. Embrace the very thing you fear, and it loses power over you. There was a man with chronic insomnia. Every night he tried to force himself to sleep. He would toss and turn, begging his brain to shut off. The harder he tried, the worse it became. Finally, a doctor gave him unusual advice. "Tonight, I want you to try to stay awake as long as you can. Don't sleep. Just try to fight it." The man laughed. How could this help? But he tried it. He read books, stared at the ceiling, determined to resist sleep. Within an hour, he was out cold. Why? Because by reversing the instinct, by no longer fighting sleeplessness, his body finally relaxed into what it naturally wanted to do. Think about pain. Our instinct is to avoid it. But growth never comes from comfort. Athletes know this. Your muscles grow when they're torn a little. The burn isn't punishment, it's progress. The same is true in life. That heartbreak you thought would kill you, it shaped you. That failure that embarrassed you, it prepared you. The reverse mindset says, don't run from pain, step into it. Because hidden inside pain is the seed of strength. The Bible is full of reverse truths. Paul said, "When I am weak, then I am strong." 2 Corinthians 12:10. Weakness becomes power when surrendered to God. Jesus said, "The last shall be first, and the first last." Matthew 20:16. Greatness doesn't come from racing ahead, but from humility. Joseph's story, betrayed, enslaved, imprisoned. By all logic, his life was ruined. Yet the reverse was true. His suffering became the very pathway to becoming a ruler in Egypt, saving nations. The world says, escape weakness, avoid pain, climb to the top. God often whispers, embrace weakness, learn from pain, humble yourself, and you'll rise higher than you imagined. There was a CEO who burned out after years of chasing bigger numbers. Every quarter, he pushed harder, slept less, ignored his family. Finally, exhausted and empty, he quit. For months, he did nothing. He gardened. He read. He reconnected with his kids. Ironically, during that time of stepping backward, new clarity emerged. He realized he didn't want a bigger company. He wanted a better one. He returned to business with fresh vision and built something more sustainable, more impactful, and yes, more profitable. His breakthrough didn't come from pushing forward, but from reversing course and resting. Living with a reverse mindset. So how do you apply this daily? When you feel stuck, stop forcing. Clarity often comes when you stop striving. When you feel fear, face it. Name it, don't flee it. Fear loses its grip when exposed. When you feel pain, lean in. Instead of asking, why me, ask, what for? When you feel weak, don't hide it. Vulnerability is often the bridge to deeper strength. The reverse mindset is not about doing what feels natural. It's about doing what feels necessary. Because growth doesn't come from living in forward mode all the time. It comes from being brave enough to flip the script. So the next time you feel resistance, remember, don't just push harder. Sometimes the real power comes when you reverse. Train your mind to embrace the paradox, and you'll find strength, peace, and breakthroughs where others only find struggle. Thank you for watching. If this made you think twice, don't scroll past. Like, share, and subscribe. The shift starts with you, but it doesn't have to end with you.